What's going on, guys? Thanks for clicking on this video. Hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. Nintendo Direct happened this morning, and it was pretty solid. We had a couple of cool reveals, a lot of remasters, a lot of stuff that's launching actually today. A new app, Nintendo Today, just launched this morning. Where you can get your live updates directly to you. You can get that on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD made an appearance. Tomodachi Life 2 made an appearance. And Metroid Prime 4 Beyond was actually shown off. So I know that earlier this week I talked about how it may have been delayed. There seemed to have been some worry about that, as it wasn't supposed to show up at the Switch 2 Direct. It may still show up now. But considering that it was here, that we got a full trailer, we're still set for 2025. It's looking good for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. But one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video, guys, is a new update coming to the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 consoles next month, and that is virtual game cards. So I'll go ahead and jump over here. This is on the Nintendo site. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump in. I'll hit play on this. If you haven't seen this yet, guys, it's over on YouTube. It's here on the Nintendo site. But this is going to be the future of game sharing and digital games on your Nintendo consoles. So I'll go ahead and read this. Virtual game cards make digital games even easier to use. The virtual game card feature for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 system adds some of the flexibility of physical game cards to your digital game library. If you have two systems, you can digitally eject and load games from one system to another, and you can even lend games to members of your Nintendo account family group. So when the update rolls out, you'll get another icon right here that says virtual game cards. So you can open the home menu and select virtual game cards. From there, you'll be able to view your digital game library. And so, as a note here, virtual game cards may not be available for demos and some Nintendo Switch Online member exclusive games. But when you find your game of choice, you can select it right here and select the game you want to load and start playing it as soon as the game data is downloaded. It's pretty much ejecting a digital card from one console to the next. It's pretty cool. So here it gives you a little visual of ejecting your game from one console, moving it over to your other one, and being able to play. It's really cool, actually. But here's how it works. So if you have two different systems, funny Nintendo that you should assume that. How'd you know I had a regular and an OLED? Anyways, if you have two different systems linked to the same Nintendo account, you can choose which system to play it on, just like with the physical game card. Simply eject the virtual game card from one system and load it onto the other. Once a virtual game card is loaded to a system, not only can you play it without an internet connection, but other user accounts on the system can play too. You can also manage and load virtual game cards via your Nintendo account on the Nintendo website. That's awesome. Once the game is downloaded, you don't need to be connected to the internet in order to play. That's great. So here is where it gets interesting. This is going to be a game changer, guys. So you can lend games to members of your Nintendo account family group, and you can have up to 8 of these people. So you can also lend out virtual game cards to your Nintendo account family group members. Just connect to your family group member's system via local wireless when you want to lend a game. Both systems must also be connected to the internet. So you can lend one game per account for 2 weeks, 14 days, unless the borrower returns it earlier. After the game is returned, the borrower will still have their save data, so they'll be able to start where they left off if they borrow again or purchase the game. So both local and wireless internet connection or communication are required for lending software. Please note that some games, such as games available only as a part of the Nintendo Switch Online membership, cannot be lent out. But if I were to say, I guess, got the Breath of the Wild game and I wanted to lend it to my buddy who doesn't like Zelda at all, but wants to give it a shot. If he's here and he's in my Nintendo account family group, I can lend it to him and he can take it to his house, try it for 2 weeks, and when it's done, it automatically comes back to my system. That's crazy work. I love it. I really do. The fact that you'll be able to eject cards and put them in other consoles and they'll work offline. You only need the connection to stay on when you're transferring the games, or if you lend them out and they automatically come back to your account 14 days later. I don't know if that means you won't be able to play if you lend the game out. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. If you lend it out, you're not going to be able to touch it, but this is kind of a game changer. So with upcoming games, say even Metroid Prime 4, for example, if I'm done with it, somebody else wants to play it, if I bought it digitally, I'll be able to send it over their way. They could play it. They could send it back. Or if I wanted to bounce back and forth between my OLED and my regular Switch, I could do it. It's real simple. It's amazing, actually, when you think about it. But aside from that, there is the Nintendo Today app, and I can see if I could bring that up real quick for you guys. But it's another cool app. If you have a phone, you can connect to it. Here we go. So, Nintendo Today. We'll go ahead and talk about this as well. So, Nintendo Today, a smart device app from Nintendo. So, here's a look at it. I already have it installed on my phone. As you can see, you bop up your Nintendo Today. I don't know if it'll bring it up. There it is. Nintendo Today. It works. It's live. It'll give you a lot of cool stuff. Maybe I'll do a review on it later. But it's a smart device app from Nintendo. So Nintendo Fun delivered daily. Nintendo Today is an app for your smart device that brings you daily updates from Nintendo based on what you like. Anyone with a Nintendo account and compatible smart device can use this free app. So you'll get daily updates. You get updates on all things Nintendo, whether it's news about the Nintendo Switch 2 system and video games, info about your favorite characters or videos and comic strips. You'll get personalized fun every day. And you get an animated calendar. So you can keep track of the date with an animated calendar. Choose from themes featuring Super Mario, Legend of Zelda, Animal Crossing, and more. You have an event schedule. Plan ahead for Nintendo Direct presentations, game releases, in-game events, and more with this handy schedule. You can display events based on categories or games, like to show events related to the game you're playing. You can also customize your home screen, so you can set up a widget. So you can view the calendar and content from your home screen, and you can even customize your widget with art from your favorite Nintendo game series from select franchises. So for me, for example, I have my own nice little calendar featuring Luigi. It's pretty cool, actually. What's on it? Oh, we have. Oh, it actually has it on a schedule. So if you tap the widget too, if you tap it, let's see if it brings it up. It brings up your calendar. It talked about the Nintendo Direct today. It'll bring up new Nintendo Direct stuff on the home screen. This is a very cool article that it shows. It has a guide to the world of Super Mario. If you click it, it gives you a guide. Yep, there it is. To Super Mario or the original Mario Brothers. Gives you hints. It's like Nintendo Power in the palm of your hand. It's pretty cool. But aside from that, guys, the Nintendo Direct as a whole, like I said, was pretty solid. Started off strong with the Dragon Quest games, ended not so strong for me with the Tomodachi Life, but those were the two I wanted to talk about. What do you think? Are you excited to try out the Nintendo Today app? Are you excited to see this update roll out for the digital cartridges, these digital games? Let me know your thoughts and comments below, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.